Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Friday, October 31st, Halloween, around 10 p.m. Mountain Time, 2025. Hopefully, your trick-or-treating is over, but the snow is coming, and no one is bumming. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! Keep calm. It's boom time. And happy Halloween, All Hallows Eve, and all that you believe in. Even the sun has taken on a jack-o'-lantern coronal hole. Can you believe it? The death toll climbs to 50 in the Caribbean as remnants of Hurricane Melissa weakens. It's not over, folks. Communities across the northern Caribbean are reeling in the aftermath of former Hurricane Melissa on Friday after the storm left a trail of devastation as it tore through the region as one of the strongest Atlantic storms on record. The ex-hurricane brought torrential rains, damaging winds, which left hundreds of thousands without power, destroyed homes, scattered fields with debris. And though rescue and recovery operations are underway, efforts continue to be hindered with widespread power outages and blocked roads. It is going to be quite some time until these people recover from the debris pile they are currently living in. Debris and fallen trees blanket beaches, roads, and, well, there's just not enough fuel and chainsaws and capable people. And, well, they are coming. And so, hopefully, help is on the way. New Jersey power outages. Thousands lose power as 50-mile-per-hour winds batter the state and the Northeast for the second day. What we're looking at is 43,000 currently in New York without power, 11,000 in PA, 9,000 in New Jersey. And, well, you can see the storms that are affecting it. Not that severe. There are 0 severe weather warnings. And we've got weather moving into the Pacific Northwest and weather up in the Great Lakes currently. Here is the full forecast. We've got gusty winds in the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. Atmospheric river will impact the Northwest. We just showed you that. Gusty winds are expected from portions of the mid-Atlantic to the Northeast through the night following the system that brought rain to the area. An atmospheric river will move into the Northwest late tonight into Saturday, bringing moderate to heavy rainfall, mountain snow, windy conditions, and high surf to the area over the weekend. Heed the warnings. A quick look at the GFS model shows that storm bombing out in the Northeast. Care to all of that accentuation by Melissa. That storm is going to bomb out overnight as the next atmospheric river enters the Pacific Northwest and it's going to dump heavy snow on British Columbia. It's going to be epic. Here we are Saturday into Sunday and Monday. The storm's going to move off the East Coast, all done for the Northeast. A little bit of rain here for the beginning of the week in the Southeast, and more atmospheric rivers, one after another, penetrate. This is by late next week in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to have a high snow profile for the Northeast and the Pacific Northwest as we move through mid-November. Take a look at that. A November to remember. It's going to be epic. And each day, the models look more fantastic for snowfall. And let's walk it through for you. Here is your Friday into Saturday morning. Saturday morning into Sunday morning. Already British Columbia, Alberta going to be picking up heavy snow, as well as eastern Canada and portions of the Northeast, including the Adirondacks. So here we are walking through the end of the weekend, Sunday into Monday morning, Monday into Tuesday, Tuesday into Wednesday into Thursday into Friday of next week, next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And we've got significant snow in the Northern Rockies. That's about it. But the main pattern is Canada. It's insane. Take a look at that. Eastern Canada, Central Canada, Western Canada, record-breaking snow. That is showing 187 inches. That's 15 feet of snow for British Columbia, folks. And by the middle of November, it looks like the snow pattern is going to be upticking for the U.S., which is much needed for the Northeast and the Rockies. Let's hope this model stays true. Cross your fingers so we can all piss off Al. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! Al Gore is complaining about the forecast. Seismic update. No quakes of note. Interesting rumbler 6.0 in the southeast Indian Ridge. Overall, low-level activity worldwide. Normal. Slight uptick in the Kamchatka. Activity here in the Philippines. What else is new? Well, nothing. Now you know. Worldwide volcano news. It's the Halloween update. Sungay volcano on the 31st of October to 20,000 feet. Fuego to 15,000 feet. Reventador puffing and passing to 17,000. White Island. Small eruptions yesterday. Well, why are you telling me about it today anyway? Kilauea. Volcanic ash advisory to 12,000 feet. Is it erupting again? And in fact, no, it's not. But the 36th fountaining episode should begin anytime soon, and that will be a boom. Ibu to 6,000 feet. We've got Nevado de Ruiz. Volcanic ash reported. Popo to 20,000 feet. Semeru, who knew? Now you do 14,000-foot blast. Kilauea to 12,000. Reventador continuous. Volcanic ash emissions. How is it going to 12,000 if it's just, it's just that stuff we just saw. It's absolutely ludicrous. We've got Santa Guito to 13,000 feet, Fuego to 16,000 feet, Ibu to 6,000, Reventador ongoing volcanic ash, Swanosima, 6,000-foot blast there, Semeru, who knew? Now you do 14,000-foot puff. Wrapping up the list is new volcanic ash at Nevado de Ruiz. Space weather, it's Halloween. And it doesn't mean it's a spooktacular. In fact, KP is dropping down to 3, and those coronal holes are dissipating. Nothing really coming from there. 3-day geomagnetic forecast is slightly calm as we move on to more space weather. Interstellar Invader Comet 3I Atlas is still full of surprises because the mainstream uses standard cosmology. Lee and I were talking about this all night after dinner, and we can't believe how stupid, like Avi Loeb from Harvard and other top scientists in the field of astrophysics, can't understand that what they're seeing is because their model is incorrect. The gravitational standard model of cosmology hasn't held up in my entire lifetime. Scientists have been baffled since I've been born. And once again, they use cockamamie explanations to describe what they're seeing. So Comet 3I Atlas is brightening 7 times more than should be. Therefore, it's a spaceship. It's also accelerating away from the sun. And because that doesn't hold up with the standard model of cosmology and the gravitational force, it's clearly a spacecraft that's using an engine. Unfortunately, all this is untrue. It's fairy tales, science fiction, and conjecture based on no actual theory of science. But if you use the electric universe model, none of this is absurd. None of this is unexplainable. In fact, it's all predicted that a comet like this of interstellar origin, if it's in the wrong electrical environment, will react in ways that we've never seen, just like we're seeing. So that's the number one point. The second point, the gravitational model of cosmology is nonsense because the accretionary model doesn't hold water. All planetary bodies are so different that there must be some other explanation. And at the same time, they're all the same. Asteroids and comets are the same. Comets are electrically charged. Asteroids are not. And, well, the standard model says that comets have cryovolcanoes on them, and they're expelling water ice and sublimating it because they're heating up. All of that, not a single shred of evidence have proved any of that. In fact, every single shred of evidence have proved against it. So stop. Stop with your nonsense. Stop with your alien encounter, your spaceships, all of the nonsense. There is actually 70% of the information on the internet is nonsense. That's how bad it is. And there are over 1 billion posts claiming that 3I Atlas is a spaceship. I can't even make it up. That's how dumb the planet is. Well, for those of you that have half a brain, November's golden supermoon will be the biggest and brightest of the year, so get out and look up. The glow of the moon will even cast shadows on the ground, and, well, they do it every single full moon, cast shadows on the ground here. We're in a dark sky environment, so make sure you go out and look up at the biggest supermoon of the year. Sometimes called the beaver moon, this full moon's name, traditionally used by various indigenous peoples of North America, will be very visible. When is it going to rise? Well, in a few days, and I can't find the date here because they're not telling us. There it is. On November 4th. The moon will put on its brightest and largest show of the year. It's the second in a series of 3 consecutive supermoons closing out 2025. So we have one more to go. Wait for the show. Scientists are shocked by reversed electric fields around Earth. That's how much we know about our planet. Earth's magnetic shield hides a shocking twist, apparently. Its electric charge has been flipped from what scientists once believed, or maybe they flipped in the time where they once believed it. It's anyone's guess. That's how much we know about our own planet. Earth's magnetosphere, which is the most important thing to life on Earth, which is why we're here, once thought to have a simple electric polarity pattern, has revealed a surprising twist. The new satellite data and advanced simulations show that the morning side of the magnetosphere carries a negative charge, not positive, as Ben Davidson is telling everyone, as well as other retards out there. Researchers from Kyoto, Nagoya, and Kyushu universities found that while the polar regions retain the expected polarity, the equatorial areas flip it entirely. Lee and I will talk about all these implications tomorrow on our science show. And I hope you're not using any of these cheap techniques to get implants or whiten your teeth, because we've already shared with you in the last year how one of our fans went to Mexico and got a botched implant job. Yeah, it costs more to fix it than to get it. And illegal teeth whitening industry is now a big thing. You can just buy it over the internet. You can buy it on Amazon for a couple bucks, and you can absolutely poison yourself. Illegal teeth whitening treatments that can burn gums, destroy teeth, are being handed over in car parks and on doorsteps, according to a BBC investigation. Some gels contain more than 500 times the legal limit of bleaching agents for over-the-counter products, and are sold blatantly on social media. As part of the investigation, the BBC Northwest reporter was able to obtain a fraudulent teeth whitening qualification, as well as being given extreme bleach and advised to practice on friends and families. Yeah, don't believe all the hype. It's a sequel. And if you're going to kill yourself because you want your teeth white, well, what's the point? You're not a movie star. I don't care about my teeth. I have less than half of the original teeth in my mouth. It's even changed the way I speak. But I pulled the rotten ones for good reason. Better health. Things like root canals and caps, they cost hundreds and thousands, and they benefit the dental industry, but they don't benefit your health. If you have sick roots and gums, you need to remove that from your body, because they are producing constant bacteria and infection that's moving through your bloodstream and keeping you sick. Change the way you think. Modern medicine is garbage. It's not out to help you. It's going to kill you. Now, how a radical experiment to bring forest into preschool transformed children's health. Well, if you've been watching this channel for some time, you know about Shinrin-yoku. This is forest bathing. And in Finland, kindergartens are exposing children to more mud, wild plants, and moss, and finding it changes their mental health. And it shows how crucial biodiversity is to well-being. Well, this is the way we used to live in the olden times. Check out one of our channels, Shinrin Yoku, link below. I'm going to try to monetize this channel, and we'll be putting more content up here for the benefit of all people, especially after I saw this article. The reason you're all sick and we're all infertile is because we are not connected to nature. We need to get back to nature. The way the human biology was designed for, our DNA is embedded in nature. We need pheromones coming from trees and other important particulates out there in nature, bacteria in the mud and the moss and the soil. We need to dig in it. We need to breathe it in, and we need to heal. And we've been moving far and far away from that. So please help us at Shinrin Yoku. Subscribe to the channel, read the article, and get with it. And if you have bad internet, get with it. Elon Musk has offered us free Starlink, $49 a month. That's it. It's that easy. So, well, it's just changed. It's now $80 a month. No Starlink cost, so you don't have to pay the $500, and it's free professional setup. So for just $80 a month, you get a free Starlink, the high-speed internet, and this changes every day, so we've got to keep up with it. So bear with us. No upfront hardware costs, free professional setup. Put in your address and see if you qualify. Do it now. Do a dab. And that's boom to knowledge. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, stay away from the shorelines, and be safe. We love you, and that is a boom. The best thing you can do to help the channel is hit subscribe. Do it now.